Hello seniors, I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. We're going to be talking about grammar again today, and this is your third Grammar Monday, so we're going to go through the slides and then I'm going to go over your assignment and then you can get started on your assignment. Please make sure you're watching these slides because it's really going to help you on the worksheet. So we're going to talk first about three types of sentences. The first type we're going to talk about is a complete sentence. A complete sentence must have at minimum three things: a subject, verb, and an object. The subject is typically a noun or pronoun, and if there's a subject, there's bound to be a verb because all verbs need a subject. And finally, the object of a sentence is the thing that's being acted upon by the subject. Some examples of complete sentences need to start with a capital letter and end with some form of punctuation. So at the end of a complete sentence, we'll need a period, question mark, exclamation mark, or even a semicolon. What is a fragment? A fragment is an incomplete sentence. Usually fragments are pieces of sentences that have been disconnected from the main clause. One of the easiest ways to correct them is to remove the period between the fragment and the main clause. Other kinds of punctuation may be needed for the newly combined sentence. What is a run-on sentence? A run-on sentence occurs when two or more independent clauses, also known as complete sentences, are connected improperly. One common type of run-on sentence is a comma splice. A comma splice occurs when two independent clauses are joined with just a comma. So as you can see in this example, these are two complete sentences that are joined with just a comma, making it a run-on sentence. There's nothing to connect them. The comma is not working. Some comma splices occur when a writer attempts to use a transitional expression in the middle of a sentence. Example: the results of the study were inconclusive, therefore more research needs to be done on the topic. The sentence 1 states the results of the study were inconclusive. The transitional expression is therefore, and sentence 2 is more research needs to be done on the topic. Those should be two separate sentences. Some examples. A complete sentence example is Claire walks her dog. In this complete sentence, Claire is the subject, walks is the verb, and dog is the object. Her is simply a required pronoun in this example. For the fragment example, we see running down the lane and into the forest. To revise that, we should say, the moose was running down the lane and into the forest. There's no subject in that sentence. And the run-on, I love to write papers. I would write one every day if I had the time. The first sentence states, I would love to write papers. The second states, I would write one every day if I had time. Those are two complete sentences that are joined together improperly to create a run-on. Next, we're going to talk about punctuation marks. Here is a punctuation mark graph to show you the examples of them. So, 14 punctuation marks and their uses. Sentence endings. Most of the time we see periods. Those are placed at the end of declarative sentences, statements, and after abbreviations. We also see question marks, which are used to indicate a direct question when placed at the end of a sentence, and exclamation points are used to express a sudden outcry and add emphasis. Next we see a comma. A comma is used to show separation of ideas or elements within the structure of a sentence. So in a direct address, we would see, thanks for all your help, comma, John. For a separation of two complete sentences, we'd see, we went to the movies, comma, and then we went out to lunch. And separating lists or elements within sentences, Susie wanted the black, comma, green, comma, and blue dress. Semicolon is used to connect independent clauses, and it shows a closer relationship between the clauses than a period would show. John was hurt, semicolon, he knew she only said it to upset him. And a colon has three main uses. The first is to introduce a quote, an explanation, example, or a series. The second is between independent clauses when the second explains the first, and the third is for emphasis. All right, next we have brackets. Brackets, braces, and parentheses. Before that we have dashes. A dash is used to separate words into statements. There are two common types of dashes, an in dash and an im dash. A hyphen is used to join two or more words together into a compound term and is not separated by spaces. For example, part-time, back-to-back, and well-known. We also see brackets, braces, and parentheses. Brackets are the squared-off notations used for technical explanations or to clarify meaning. Braces are used to contain 2 or more lines of text or listed items to show they are considered a unit, and parentheses are curve notations to contain further thoughts or qualifying remarks. An apostrophe is used to indicate the omission of a letter or letters from a word, the possessive case, or the plurals of lowercase letters. Quotation marks are used to show dialogue most of the time, and an ellipses is commonly used by three periods in a row, and it's occasionally demonstrated with 3 asterisks. All right, that's it for our slides. Let's go ahead and take a look at our assignment. You can type directly on the assignment, and everywhere where you are supposed to type is highlighted in red, like you can see over here and over here. Part 1 is sentence types. You are going to read each of these 5 sentences and identify in the left column whether they are a complete sentence, a fragment, or a run-on sentence. Part 2 is sentence corrections. You are going to take a look at these 5 sentences here. They each have a problem, and you are going to correct them in the right column and rewrite them. So you need to rewrite them in the right column. As always, please let me know if you have any questions, and have a good day.